is your Lead Left podcast for the week of April 6th. I'm Randy Schwimmer. Welcome back. As goes COVID-19, so goes the nation. Paraphrasing General Motors' relationship to the welfare of America in the 1950s highlights how the coronavirus has hijacked all aspects of the economy. There's consensus that once the disease runs its course, commercial activity will come back. Between now and then, GDP will be negative, perhaps alarmingly so. What's not clear is how long or sharp the downturn will be, or whether the recovery will be weak, temporary, or pick up where we left off in February. For guidance, we turned to Brian Nick, Nuveen's chief investment strategist. Brian is a frequent commentator on top media outlets. He kindly offered to help our readers understand better the current economic and market dynamics. Brian, thank you for taking some time. First, let's talk about job losses. You've said these feel like the tip of the iceberg. How bad will it get before we're done?
This will be the worst labor market shock since the Depression. The numbers are startling because it's happening all at once, and we've already seen 10 million Americans file for unemployment. I won't be surprised to see 10 million more in the coming weeks, although we hope the numbers start to go down. An effective economic policy gets money to businesses to help keep workers or bring them back onto the payrolls. So if we see more million claim weeks, the bounce back is going to be slower, and keeping workers attached to jobs is going to be key. Europe is attempting a more direct method of payroll subsidy that I expect is going to work better. I wouldn't be surprised to see Europe's economy bounce back a bit more quickly for that reason.
Various shapes, V, U, or L, have been proposed for the kind of recovery we will have. Do you have a favorite letter?
I like to say it's going to be a Q-shaped recovery just to see the look on people's faces as they try to sort it out, but I think it's likely going to look like kind of a swoosh, like the Nike logo, where you have a quick downturn and a relatively steady but slower recovery. It took until the second quarter of 2011 for GDP to recover to the level it had peaked at in the fourth quarter of 2007. I don't think it's going to take that long this time around. It's more likely we'll see a multi-stage recovery with certain sectors reopening while others remain closed. We can't expect the lights to come back on as quickly as they've gone out on the US or the global economy.
Recognizing your advanced degree is in economics, not medicine, when do you think the virus part of the crisis will be over?
I think we'll see positive GDP growth in Europe and in the US in the third quarter, and it assumes that social distancing policies put the economy in an induced coma and essentially allow it to fight off the virus relatively quickly. There are early signs that we're turning a corner in some of the hardest hit places in Europe and also in the United States, and if that's true and if that holds by June, it may feel like we've won the healthcare battle already. But if I'm still sitting home in August doing these videos, typing emails with nowhere to go, my economic assumptions today are going to prove too optimistic in retrospect. They don't feel that optimistic right now.
Next week, we continue our conversation with Brian Nick on the economy. Reporting from the Crystal Ballroom at the Lead Left, this is Randy Schwimmer, wishing you and your families a safe and healthy week. So, this is Brian's first appearance on our vodcast. He's definitely going to get fan mail.